This was we discussed, right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir. This was ours.
Okay. Okay. So did I explain about this one? Uh, just a second. Okay. So everyone could see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So I'm talking about Aloha and what we discussed in Aloha. So if any station, if they can randomly access the channel and they can send the data, if they would comes to know its own data is involved in collision, then the retransmission will not be taken immediately. Instead, each station has to wait for random time. Okay. So after it completing its random time, then they can retransmit. So this random waiting of random time, probably they may avoid the collision. What if all of the station they will retransmit at the same time? Again, the retransmission also be will also be in collision, right? So that we were choosing an parameter called R. Okay, is that this R, and this R would be chosen from, okay, 0 to 2 power k minus 1. Okay, so where this k gives us the number of attempts, okay, or the collision number. Let's see a simple thing, and we'll try to understand how this R will be chosen, and that R value should be multiplied with the propagation delay or the transmission time gives us the waiting time of the each station. Okay. Um, let's take, there will be two station. Okay. There are two stations are there. Let us say called A and B. Okay. Let us assume that both the station would have data to send. Okay. And this is the first frame of the each station. This is the first frame. Both the station have data to send. Okay. It has some frames. I don't know how many frames that it has. Each station has. Okay. So both the station is going to send its first frame at the same time. Okay. What if the station one would also send its data and station B would also send its data at some time? So there will be a collision, and that collision signals will be again propagated on both the direction. Since that is in broadcast channel, both the station will comes to know its own data is involved in collision. Okay. So then what is the k value for this? What is the k value? K value tells the collision number. How many times this frames is involved in collision? This is the first time, right? So since this is the first time they are collide, both the frames are collide, the k value for the first frame of A, station A's is equals to k is equals to 1, and similarly what will be the k value for B station? It would also 1. Okay, and this R, choosing of this R value, it comes in the range of what? 0 and 2 to the power of k minus 1. Okay, so we know that 0 is the one which is defined initially to the 2 to the power of k minus 1. What is k here? 2 to the power of 1 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, so then A should either choose 0 or it should choose 1. And similarly at B, either it should choose 0 or it should choose 1. Okay, so having this two possibility across A and B, what was the combinations that both the station may can choose? So let us write it, the station A and the station B. Either station can choose 0 and even station B could also choose 0. That is one possibility that may happen. Or the station A can choose 1 or station B can choose 0. Okay. Or station A can choose 0 and station B can choose 1. Okay. Or both the station can choose 1 and 1. So what actually this means, 0 and 1, what I've written should be chosen, and this is what R value. R should be chosen 0 and 2 to the power of k minus 1, where k is tells the collision number of that frame. So either it should choose R value 0 or it should choose 1. Either it should choose 1. What it means, 0 means what? You should not wait for some random time. It can initially transmit. So that is means of 0. So that what you mean by 1? 1 means it has to wait for one propagation delay or one transmission time. It has to wait for one slot. Okay, that is the meaning of that. So what if this combination is chosen, both the station and station B, it means that immediately both the stations should not wait for any random time. It can immediately retransmit. So then what will again happens? Then that leads to have the collision, isn't it? That leads to have collision. If both of them comes to know that its own data is involved in collision, if they immediately transmit, again the retransmitted data would also collide. Okay, then it becomes collision, right? So, and what if this possibilities happen? Okay, if A waiting for one slot and B is immediately sending, B will complete its data bin but data to transmit, right? So B will not wait for any slot, it immediately send. A will wait for some time, so that during that waiting time, B will complete its transmission of data, right? What if this happens, this probabilities happens, like A chosen 0 and B chosen 1, A will complete its transmission. Okay, A will complete its transmission. What if the last possibility is chosen? So again that will be collision. So that will be collision, right? If you see the probability, what will be the probability of collision here? Conditional probability. It is 2 by 4 out of 4. So there will be two chances that may gives us to have a collision, right? And what if the probability of A wins is equals to 1 by 4, and the probability of B wins, where B will complete its transmission, is 1 by 4. There are 4 possibilities, combinations, where only B will have one chance to complete and A will have one chance to complete, and where other two chances were collision. Okay, so let us assume this would happen. So which one? Let us this combination has been assumed like B will choose A will choose 0 and B will choose 1. So what will happen? So let me give a second. Since the others were joining, wait. Okay, now we will see. Okay, so what the combinations we taken? We taken A chosen 0 and B chosen 1, so that we would comes to know that a station, both the stations, station A and station B. Station A will complete its data transmitted, and B will be still waiting to transmit in the next slot, which is first frame. But by that time, so A will be ready with its second frame. The first frame is completed, and B is still waiting for to transmit its first frame, and B A will be ready with its second frame to transmit. Right. So when then A will transmit its second frame, and B will transmit its first frame, then again will be collision. Okay, then a collide signal will be come back. What is the collision number here for A's now? What is K value now? Can anyone tell? The collision number, the number of times that this frame is involved in collision gives K value. What is the K value here for A station A is 1. Why? Because this is a new frame, not a first frame, which is again involved in collision. This is a new frame, and this will be involved in collision the first time. So then the K will become 1. And what is the collision number for B? Collision number for B is 2. So that K will becomes 2. This is the first time. This is involving with the second frame of station A, collision with the second frame of station A. So then K will becomes 2. So then what will be the R value now? For this we know that it is 0 comma 1. For this it will become 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. Because it is, we have to write the R value from 0 to 2 to the power of k minus 1. 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 is gives 3. So that 0, 1, 2, 3. So the possibility of choosing a R value for B would be in the range of 0 to 3, but the possibility of choosing R value for K A will be only 0, either 1. Okay, what was the possibility of choosing these values for both and A and B could be now? Okay, let me write them. Okay, let us say A and let us say red B. So either it can choose 0, 0, 0, 0. B can choose 0,
Sir, the voice is breaking, sir.
So there are 8 possibility of combinations that A and B can choose. Okay, there would be both the station can choose the 0 and 0 value. That means then again it will be collision. Or A can choose 0 and B can choose 1. Then what will happen? Then A will complete its transmission. A will successfully complete the transmission. What is the probability of A will complete its transmission? Is if you count conditional probability out of 8 of combinations, how many times that A will wins? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Chetan? Is I audible?
Yes, sir. It was breaking that time, sir.
Is I audible?
Sir, and yes, sir.
Anubhav? Okay. And you would also see whatever I'm writing on screen.
No, sir. It's not visible.
Whatever I'm writing on screen, you're not able to. It's not visible to you.
No, sir. It's on different.
No. Something I'm writing on screen. You're not visible. It's not visible to you.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So whatever explaining so far, I'm writing everything on screen. It's not visible.
No, sir.
ನೋ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದದ್ದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು ಸರ್. ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ವಾಸ್
Okay, ನಾನು
ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೀತಾ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ನೋ ಸರ್.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Okay, wait. Now? It's also not. Wait. ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್, ಎಸ್.
Okay. But ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದು? Erase. Okay. Let me explain you from starting. Okay, let me put it like this. Okay, so this is what I just okay, so what I'm explaining there, so there were two stations. Okay. There was two stations. Okay, station A and station B. Okay, both the station have data to send. Okay, it has data to send first, and I say that data frame is one. If both were sending simultaneously, at some point both the data is involved in collision, and the collide signals will come back. So both the station would comes to know our own data is involved in collision. They have to again retransmit the same data. Okay, so if they were retransmitted simultaneously, what will happen? Again, the retransmitted data would also collide. Okay, for that, what your Aloha says, so they should be wait for random time. So this is what the random time. So this would also not, it's not arbitrarily wait for some random. Instead, it would also follow some algorithm. So that algorithm we called as back off timer, or we would call it as binary exponential back off algorithm. So we call them as binary exponential back off algorithm. So how this algorithm works? So first, let us write this both the station. Okay, station A and station B. Okay, so it has a data to send one and one. So both were sent, and the data would be collide. And at some time, both the station would comes to know the collide signal. Okay, they comes to receive the collide signal. So I have to find what will be the k value for this. What is the k value for frame one? It is tells the number of attempts that I'm doing. K is representing the number of attempts or the collision number. The k will be here 1 because this frame is actually in collide for the first time. So then I say choosing of random value called r, it should be between 0 and the 2 power k minus 1. So what is k value? If you substitute here, what the a should have a value to choose now? It is either it should choose a 0 or it should choose 1. Since the k value is 1, if I substitute k value 2 to the power of 1 minus 1, it gives 2 minus 1, it's 1. Either it should choose a 0 or it should choose a 1. So what if then what is the values which could be chosen by B? It would also chosen either 0 or 1. Okay, so both the station would have two then what is the possibility that either of the station can choose the values? So either both the station can choose in 0 0, or it can choose 0 1, or it can choose 0 1 0, or it can choose 1 and 1. What if a station 0, both the stations would chosen 0 and 0? It means that it should not wait for any tandem time. It means it can immediately retransmit. If both the station will retransmit at the same time, again it will be collide and it will be corrupted. So that again it will be, what will happen if both the station would choose 0, it will be collide again. The signals, the data will be corrupted. So what if this combination is chosen 0 and 1, means A will complete its data and B will be waiting still, that one time slot will be wait by B. Okay, what if this combination is chosen 1 and 0? If 1 and 0 is chosen, B will complete its data, completing of transferring of this data, right? And what if this combination is chosen? Again, that will be collision. Okay, if I write the probability of for each of this, what would be the probability of collision? Conditional probability, it would be 2 by 4. 2 by 4, right? Out of 4 combinations, 2 combinations will be of collision. So what will be the probability of where A will complete its transmission? It will be 1 by 4. What if the conditional probability of a B will complete its transmission? Out of 4 combination, it's only one combination. Okay, so this was the first step, the very first time. Let us assume this combination is chosen. Let us assume you can take any other combination, but if you take the first and last, again you should do it next time, another time. What will happen? Your K will become 2. Okay, that is also interesting. You try with yourself, but I will select the second combination will be chosen. A will not be waiting its time. A will not wait for any time. B will be waiting for one time slot. Okay, so we'll write that. So A in that time, if A would choose on 0 and B would choose on one time slot, okay, A will complete its data. Okay, A will complete its data transmission and it will be get ready with its second frame, next frame. But still B will be having its first frame. By the time when B would be sending its first frame, A will also sending its second frame. At some time again that will be collide and both the station will hear collision signal back. So then what will be the K value for A now? What is the K value for A? It will be 1. Why? Because station A is sending a new frame, which is frame 2, and it's involving in collision is 1. It's the very first time. And what will be the collision number for B now? It is 2. It is 2, right? Why it is 2? Because this is the second time this frame 1 is getting involved in collision, right? Then what will be the R value now? R will be in for A it would be either 0 or 1. For B it will be 0, 1, 2, 3. It has 4 values. Out of this it can choose any value, R value. Okay, then what was possibility? So I can write it as 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. This could be happen, or 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Correct? This is A and this is B. What if both the stations was chosen 0, 0? You get your data will be corrupted. What if this happened? A will be chosen 0 and B will be chosen 1. A will complete its data. If A is selected 0 and B will be selected 2, then A will also complete it. If A is chosen 0 and B is chosen 3, A will complete its data. What if A is 1 and B is 0, B will be completed. So what if both were 1 and 1, then it will be collision. What if 2, A will be completed. And what is 1 and 3, so A will be completed, right? So what is now the probability of collision would be, the probability of collision is 2 power 8. Sorry, 2 by 8. And what is the probability of A will complete the transmission is 5 by 8. 5 by 8, and probability of B will complete is 1 by 8. Isn't it? So the probability of A will complete is 5 by 8. The probability of B will complete is 1 by 8, and probability of collision would be 2 by 8. Out of 8 chance combinations, only 2 combinations will be happens collision, and the other 5 will be A will complete. The other two 1 will helps us to complete B. Let us take any other combination, then you try out. Let's A will again win. So then what should be the B value, R value? Again, the collision number will becomes 3 because A will be now ready with the third frame. Again, that will be collide. So that A will have R value to choose either 0 or 1, where B will be having a values from 0 to 7. So then write all these combinations and you check which will be completing and what will the probability of collision, what will be the probability that A will complete its transmission, and what is the probability that B will complete its transmission. If you're looking at this, both what the two scenarios which I've taken, so there will be, so this algorithm you could only apply between two hosts, A and B, what I've taken, two stations. You could only apply this algorithm between only two hosts. So that's why we call this as binary. Binary, what I said, this algorithm which I marked here, this is actually I will call it as back of timer algorithm or binary exponential back of algorithm. Why we call this an exponential? If you would see, if you would apply this back of algorithm, the probability of collision, it is exponentially decreasing, right? Out of 8, we would only see 2 chances that may gives us have to have a collision. But in the last time, out of 4, 2 possibility is actually giving us the collision. If you try it for the next one, out of 16, probably you may have 2 or 4 or like that. The chance of collision, the probability of collision would be exponentially decreasing. Exponentially will be very less. That's why we call this algorithm as binary exponential back of algorithm. Okay, but what was the disadvantage here? The probability of collision will be exponentially reduced, but the disadvantage of this this algorithm is this will not gives the fairness, right? If A would be get first time if get the chance to complete its the data for transmission, the another one which I said B station will not at all, the probability of getting chance to send their data, complete their data for transmission will be very less. So there will be no fairness for allowing them any station to complete their transmission of their data. So that is what the major disadvantage in this back of algorithm. Okay, so this is what is all about. I said about this choosing of R value and that too between 0 to k minus 1. And whatever after you choosing that, you should be what your TB should be. TB should be, it is a multiple of R into TP. R into TP, the propagation delay. That many time, that much of time you should wait. Okay, if I take a network, a broadcast channel where 2 stations were connected, if I would say 1 hour is the propagation delay, okay, and both will sending its frame 1 and frame 1. If that is involved in collision, then we would comes to know 0, 1 should be chosen by A, and both the station B would also chosen by 0, 1. If A would chosen 0, 0 into TP, it's nothing but 0. Means you should not wait for retransmission. Instead, it can start transmitting the data. But if B would choose 1, it should wait for how much? 1 into TP, where TP is how much? Is 1 hour. So B should wait for 1 hour, so that during that waiting time that A will complete its data. So after it completing its data, so B can start. B can retransmitting their data again. So by applying this back of algorithm, so where I can say, so the collision will be could be avoided, not completely arise or it completely not be removed. Collision would be avoided. The probability of collision would be avoided. Okay. So after you following this back of algorithm, I still there will be collision. So if that keep on happening after you keep on trying to attempt some time, if k will becomes 15, means how many times that the frames are involved in collision if k is equal to 15? 15 times, isn't it? K value tells the collision number. If 15 times that frames is after you sending, if still it's collide, you leave some time and you wait out, you repeat sending the date after some time. It is how it is analogous, means when you keep trying calling to your friend, and if your friend is talking with someone, so you should not continuously calling, right? You should not continuously call them unless otherwise you can wait some time, leave some time. Okay, you can try it for 3 to 4 times. If still you getting busy, then you leave that event and you try that with some after time. So after time, still if you again you call, and if you get busy, you wait another some time, and again you can call. Okay, so that will gives us you to where so that will not gives. So after you waiting some time, again if you call, you will not again you will not get busy tone. Okay, probably if still you is be talking, then you still again you will get the busy. Okay, the chances is very less. Okay, after waiting 1 hour, if you would expect that if still is talking someone, probably that time you may get busy. Okay, if he's not talking, probably you may get connected. Okay, so that is what the complete picture about the pure aloha. Okay, so finding out the efficiency. So finding out efficiency means what? In a broadcast channel, if you are all agree with this pure aloha to use, means randomly they can send the data, but if they would comes to know that the data is in collide, they should not immediately send. Instead, they should wait for some time so that we would give the chances for all of them to come transmitted the data. Okay, choosing of that random time is actually dependent. Okay, okay, so finding out the efficiency. Okay, if it assume like there were the 4 stations were connected to common channel, and every station has some data to send, so out of them how many data are complete successfully transmitted and how many of them are collide. Okay, how many frames were retransmitted, that you have to find. Okay, so to find the efficiency of this protocol, there is a simple formula. I will not going to derive it. I'll just explain you directly with that expression. So you just remember what's that notation that I used in this expression, and find out within given question, find out what is that notation is, what is the value for that notation, and you substitute it, then you would get the what was the percentage of efficiency of this protocol if I would use. So that gives S is the success rate is equals to G into e to the power of minus 2G. I think in the last class I explained about vulnerable time, right? Vulnerable time is nothing but the time in which the frames are get involved in collision. So here, when you will get the maximum efficiency in pure aloha during 2T time, if one station during this 2T time, if one station would send only one frame, then this packet will not be involved in collision, right? Isn't it? So this is what 2TT is the vulnerable time of the pure aloha. Okay, 2TT. At least during this period of 2TT, if one station would send one frame, exactly one frame, then you will get the maximum efficiency, isn't it? So what will happen if in 1TT, probably you would be sending its frame. Before that 1TT, somebody might also already been sent, or after you send, there someone might send later. That leads to again be a collision. So in order to get the simple understanding, what is the vulnerable time? So the time in which the frames are involved in collision is 2TT. So in 2TT, if only one station would send exactly one frame, then you would get the maximum efficiency. I think you have understood this logic. So that is where we say a vulnerable time is 2TT. That's where this 2 comes. Okay. So the expression is G into e to the power of minus 2G. Okay. What is this G? The G is the average number of frames, that means generated by a station in the duration of 1TT. That is what you call G is about. Okay, so what do you mean by G? G is the average number of frames that is generated by a station during a time of 1 TT is what you call G. So what should be G in order to get a maximum efficiency? I'm defining this G in the time of TT. Then in 1 TT, if one station would generate half a frame, then you will get the maximum efficiency. So that will not give the meaning, right? So means what? In the duration of 2 TT, if one station would send exactly one frame, generate one frame, then you will get the maximum efficiency. So what should be the G value to get the maximum efficiency? The G says in 1 TT how many frames were generated by system. If the system would generate half a frame, then you will get the maximum efficiency. Substitute this to over here, 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus 2 into 1 by 2, you will get the efficiency is 0.18.4. So means the efficiency of this Aloha, pure Aloha is 18.4%. Okay, let us assume if the system, so what I've taken a station A and station B. Okay, if a station has, both the station would have some data like 1000 frames of data, frames to send. If they would transmit 1000 frames, how many frames were successfully transmitted or survive? 18% of that frames are only survive or they can transmitted successfully. So that is what the meaning of the efficiency, how you can calculate for this protocol. Okay, so let me show you the next one. This is the one problem. The station on wireless Aloha network or maximum, the distance between them are 600 kilometers, and we assuming propagation delay has 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, and finding out the propagation delay, because we need a propagation delay for what we need, and they are asking to find out what is the TB, back of timer of the each, means what is the back of timer that each station should wait. Okay, okay, for that we need a TP. For that they will not directly given TP, instead they given distance and the velocity. So d by v gives the propagation delay. So that I will calculate and I comes to know it is 2 millisecond. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I would comes to know what is the sorry. What is the TP here? It is 2 millisecond. Okay. If I take the k as 1, the first collision number, then the range will become 0, 1. So then the TB will become either 0 millisecond or it should be 2 millisecond. The both the station, they can choose a 0 millisecond or it can choose 2 milliseconds. That depends that what are the possibility of return. Okay, the combinations. Then if the k will becomes 2, then the range will become 0, 1, 2, 3. Then TB will become 0 second, millisecond, 2 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds, or 6 milliseconds, based on the outcomes of the random variable. Okay, outcomes of the random variables. So either they can choose both the station, that you just remember what I said in last. If k is becomes 3, then either it can choose from 0 to 7. That into each value that you multiply with the TP, that gives what was the backup timer that each station that should be wait. Okay, that is simple, and this is what the vulnerable time. Vulnerable time, so it should be 2 TP, because during this time, if only one station would send one frame, then you will get the maximum efficiency. Okay, so now we are just what if okay, in pure Aloha network, transmission is 200 bits frames on the shared channel of the bandwidth of 200 kilobits per second, and what is the requirement to make that frames collision free. So they're given the length of the bit, length of the data and the bandwidth of the channel. It is 200 kilobits per second. So for that, so vulnerable time, we know that it is 2 into TT. We know that we know how to find TT. TT is equals to what? L by B. So if I divide this, I will get the TT as 2 milliseconds. Sorry, 1 milliseconds. And vulnerable time says is 2 TT. So that during this vulnerable time, if one station would send only exactly one frame, that frame will be collide free, collision free, isn't it? So then it is 2 into 1 millisecond gives 2 millisecond. This means no station should send later than 1 millisecond before the station start transmitting the, or no station should start during the 1 millisecond after the station has transmitted. ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. So during before none of the station 1 millisecond should not be sent by anyone. Otherwise, after the station would transmitted for 1 millisecond, no other station should transmit. Is got the figure, so you can understand what I just explained. So this makes, or in 2 TT, if only one frame sent, then there will be no collision. Okay, that is okay. So this was the finding out efficiency, throughput. Okay, everything is this one. Our bandwidth utilization, effective bandwidth, everything is same. So what should be maximum throughput in pure Aloha when G becomes half? How that half comes in one? What is the explanation for G? What is the definition for G? Average number of frames generated by a station in 1 TT. Okay. Okay. I said to get the collision free frame in pure Aloha in 2 TT if one frame sent, but here I said G as should be measured in 1 TT so that G should be off. Half frames had been generated by a station, then you will get the maximum efficiency. If you substitute, you will get the efficiency, maximum efficiency is 18.4. Okay, there is another problem finding out the throughput. Okay, so they're given L and bandwidth. How to find out what was the throughput if the station would generate 1000 frames per second, 500 frames per second, and 250 frames per second. Okay, you have to find G value. So G, how you'll find? G will be measured in 1 TT. So you need TT now. TT you can find out by given with the L and B. So you will get 1 millisecond. So in 1 millisecond, how many frames that station can generate if they're like generating 1000 frames per second? It will only send only one frame it can generate in 1 millisecond. So then G will becomes what? 1. If I substitute that G with this expression, you will get the percentage of 13.5. Okay, and what was the throughput? Out of this 1000, if you multiply this throughput, which is 13.5, you will get 135 frames were survived out of this 1000 frames what you've been transmitted. Okay. Okay. The next one is same thing. We will find out if 500 frames per second, then you will G become off. That will what gives the maximum efficiency. 18.4% is the throughput, like efficiency. And if you multiply that with 500, only 92 frames were survived out of 500 frames. Okay. And the C1 is 1 by 4. And if you substitute that, you will get 15.2%. And that multiplied with 250 gives the effect, what you call a throughput or effective bandwidth, that gives 38%. Out of 250 frames, 38 frames were successfully transmitted. So this is about the pure Aloha. So then we were looking at the modified version of this Aloha, and we call them as slotted Aloha. Okay, so simple. It's the name itself quite tells that. So instead of giving privilege to each station to transmit at any time, so we just ask them to transmit only in any of this slot. I have not even reserved, or I will not restrict them when they should start, when they should send. They can send in any slot, but they should define, or they should know in any of the in this they should send only in the slot itself. They can choose any slot, but they should only send in the slot itself. Means what? a station 1 can send even at the third slot or fourth slot in any slot, but they should only start at the beginning of the slot and they should end in the ending of the slot. Okay, if I made this if I divide the channels into the slot, when then the station can would only start it, send and send only in the slot, then the vulnerability time, the time involved, the frames is get involved in time, like involved in collision will be what? TT. In one slot, if more than a station, if they send their data, only those datas were collide. Otherwise, all others datas were survive, isn't it? If you see now, after you making this slot, okay, so the only out of 8 frames, only 4 frames are collide. But if you see the previous diagram, out of 8, only 2 were survive. Here, if you would see, I think 50% of efficiency I would increase compared with the previous one by making this modification. I just insist them each stations to send only in a slot. If they are sending in a slot, the only the possibility of collision would be when in a same slot, if more than a station would send, then there will be collision. Okay, so the simple meaning is this: if you have organizing and running event, okay, and you should leave them each participant in a should run only in different track. Okay, each will have a independent track so that they should only run in their track itself. What if they go with the another track? They will be collide. Okay. So when only the collision happens when they go with another track, that person will come and hit them, right? They should only run with their track. It's new Olympics ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ tracks ಇರುತ್ತೆ. They should only run in their specific track itself, right? What if they ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗುಂಪು ಸಹಿತ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So they will collide, right? So that will not happen. That is what here we made them into a slot so that, and we said each station should only send in a slot itself, any slot. But there will be still existing of collision. That is due to of if one slot, if you would chosen by more than one station for their transmission, then that will be collision. Here you can see in this diagram, slot 2 and slot 3 will be the data will be collide. Then again that has to be retransmitted. Okay, and efficiency, the same thing. Retransmission, for the retransmission they would follow again the backup timer. Yes.
Sir, you're presenting that vulnerable time for pure Aloha protocol slide, sir. It is
No,
not
I have
changing.
changed, isn't it? Okay, I've changed to slotted Aloha. You can't see that.
No, sir. It is still in that same slide. Vulnerable time for pure Aloha protocol.
Wait, I will read one more time. You could see now.
Not yet, sir.
Karthik, Chetan, your voice is making.
Not yet, sir. Like not it's the same screen again, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Chetan?
Yes, sir.
Chetan, I'm audible.
Audible, sir.
So we'll stop and we'll continue from here onwards in slotted Aloha from tomorrow. Okay.